Yeah, it's dark as shit. Um,
You're wearing sunglasses, so to be fair.
that's true. No, I mean, it was worth it to come out here. It's fucking beautiful. I really feel like I've made it right now. You know what I mean? Like look at this. Do your other interviews look this good?
Vinny Chase!
Victory! Yeah, all right. So my name is Josh Luna. I'm originally from California, Long Beach area. Now I live out in the West Valley here in Arizona. Yeah. So about a year ago now, me and some friends decided we wanted to do podcasts because, we were bored with our everyday life. So we bought a bunch of equipment, microphones, gear, started going at it. It was a real shit show at first. Like it was really bad, but we kept at it. My initial friend who started this with me, he dropped out. It just timing, I guess, for him wasn't there. So partnered up with another friend of mine, Garrett Melberg. He's the one that I do the podcast with now, and we actually have two separate podcasts, Cynical Therapy and Cynical Pop. So Cynical Therapy, it's a relationship advice podcast where we take people's questions for advice on romantic relationships, life, just anything that they need advice on, and they post it on Reddit. So we take those, we read them, and we give advice. It's all meant to be fun. So a lot of the stuff I say is definitely for shock value, but it makes me laugh, and it really pisses off Garrett. So when we start to argue on the show, which I think builds, I think it adds another layer. At least for me, I enjoy that. Cynical Pop is more current events, like what's going on in the world. How there's so much shit going on. So, we talk about movies, video games, and then national news, global news, shit like that. We're getting ready to introduce a third podcast called Cynical Fiction, because one of the things that we were doing for a while was at the end of every episode, we would read really bad fan fiction. And it just doesn't fit into our new format. So we decided to take it out of the episodes and make it its own episode. And so that's going to start up in about 2 weeks. And I'm pretty excited for that because reading bad fan fiction is always just really fun for me. Like, I just enjoy reading how depraved people can get, and I just knowing that people are out there jerking off to this material makes me laugh. So the podcast is on Spotify, Google Play, and Podbean. We should have it up on iTunes soon, before too long. And from there, any other pod service, because everything is out of pocket right now. I'm paying for everything. And for us to have unlimited space on Podbean, it's like $20 a month or whatever. So I can't be paying $20 a month for numerous different platforms. So right now we're just that one, and whatever's free. Oh man, all in all, since I was about 21, I started off with film school. Had ran into some tough times, and I became homeless for about a year. And during that time, I dropped out of school. And by the time I got back on my feet, I didn't go back to school. I just started working on small projects here and there in California, like city documentaries, super short, or super independent projects. I helped out with Lifetime. I was a PA there for a very little bit. Started doing my own thing, and moved out to Arizona right before my own stuff started to take off. And so that really, I hit a wall when I first came out here. And then I just went on hiatus for about 1 year, 2 years. And then I got into stand-up comedy. And I did stand-up comedy off and on for about 5 years now. It's been about 1 year since I last performed, but I've been thinking about getting back on stage real soon. So I've always tried to do something. When I was in film school, I was trying to be writer, director, whatever. I came out here, I tried to make a short film. It didn't work. And then I went on to stand-up comedy, podcasting. Now I'm back in filmmaking with a TV show that we're trying to work and get put together. So I like to try to keep myself busy. I like to think that, I don't have to be stuck with a 9 to 5, for the rest of my life. So with podcasting, with filmmaking, it's all very collaborative. It's very much a team effort, you know, and anybody who tries to come in thinking it's all their show, most of the time that's not going to work. I mean, that's not a definitive statement. It does work sometimes, but for the most part, it's collaborative. When you're doing stand-up, you're up there by yourself, you know, it's the jokes you wrote. I mean, you can maybe have like a writing session with some friends, but it's your jokes. How are you delivering? So you kind of live and die by your performance. And just that natural crowd reaction was just, it was really addictive. I really enjoyed that. And then afterwards, you know, when the show's over and you're hanging out with the comics, having some drinks, and the people come out like, oh, great show, we had a great time, you know. And yeah, I enjoy that part of it, just making people laugh. So I was part of a skit group, for lack of a better term, about a year ago, and I wrote this skit about this team of paranormal investigators who were just really bad at their job. And I thought that the skit had merit for something more, and then I just kind of let it simmer for about a year. And then one day I was like, you know what, I think I'm going to try to write this into an actual show. So I started writing the pilot, and I got about halfway through, and then I kind of hit a wall, and I stopped for a little bit. And then can I say that it was you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then so, you know, we were at work, and you were asking to see some of my, you know, the shit that I've written. And then when I sent you the pilot, you thought it was really good, thought there was merit. I had also been working on a film project for the place that we work at. And so that just kind of got me back into writing mode. And so within a week and a half, I had 2 episodes done, and we jumped on casting everybody. I feel really confident that we have a strong cast. Some of the best that Arizona has to offer, for sure. Like I'm really excited. Not just behind the scenes, but in front of the camera as well. I think we're working with something that's going to be a great product in the end. As long as we take our time, we're smart, and we execute the way we want to, I think it's going to be a lot of fun for everybody, and I think it's going to be something that a lot of people can enjoy. So the show is called Para People. It is it's a workplace comedy like The Office, but they work for a paranormal investigation group. And everybody's just really, they're bad archetypes of people that you would meet today. I love macaroni and cheese with a spicy hot link. I haven't done a lot of traveling in my life. I like Vegas. I know I hate Arkansas. I've been there, won't go back there. So that doesn't quite answer your question, but it's like the opposite of Halloween, John Carpenter's Halloween. It just really set the tone and redefined slashers. It set the tone for what a good movie or what a good slasher could be, while also being a good movie. Just like Scream, and that, you know, when that came out, it rejuvenated the genre, and it spawned a whole bunch of ripoffs. So Scream, you know, Halloween did what Scream did just 20 years before, 30 years before, and I can just, you know, the whole light, dark, you know, evil, good battle that's super present in the Michael Myers story. It's, my favorite. So my favorite saying that I try to live by is "This too shall pass." It keeps me humble in big moments, and it also picks me out of funk when bad things are happening, because shit's gonna happen. You just gotta roll with it, and everything is temporary. You know, like, unless you lose like a limb or something, then that's pretty permanent. But yeah, that's true. That's true with all the new, but that's not a real. Anyways, this too shall pass. Like it's gonna help you get through everything and still keep you, you know, at a humble level when things are going well. Right. I love to write. Direct's a close second, but no, writing. I've been writing since I was a child, so that's just what I love to do. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Scrubs when that was back on. Movie, like any horror movie that they want to give me the reins on, I take it. I love horror, and I feel like I feel like the genre's ready for another renaissance, another resurgence. Fuck, man. Still here, probably. Working with you guys on the next project. Hopefully season 4 or 5 of Para People. I have a couple of horror features that I have in the bank that I'm waiting on. I have a bunch of ideas that I want to get off the ground, and I'm hoping that what we're on the path of opens up the opportunities for everything else that kind of come with it. So not just my ideas, but the ideas that you guys have. Like I hope that Para People is successful enough that we can all do more of what we want to do and less of what we have to do.